Playing a flex start tournament out here at North Shore. For those of you who don't know what a flex start is, pretty much say, hey, from like 8 to 5, pull up, play with whoever you want, and then dip out after and see what place you come in. So that's what I'm here to do, play the tournament. Yeah, take that back. It's pretty freaking cold out here. I'm gonna grab a jacket. Okay, now we can play the tournament. Well, that definitely did not go as planned. What made it even more ironic was I signed up for that Kansas City Silver Series event while I was playing like garbage. Out here missing a bunch of 20-footers, and I'm like, I can play in a Silver Series event. It's a little weird, but I'll keep you updated, and we're on to Little Rock for another flex start. Thank you. Thank you. Not high enough. Thank you. Thanks. It's so bad, so high. All right, and commentate with Nate as we watch me miss a nice 15-footer. So I tend to miss one of these around, and it's the most embarrassing and confidence killing things ever. But we move on. Hole 5. This there's an OB creek that's like left of the basket 20 feet. I play it safe and give myself a nice circle 2 look. There was a low hanging branch, so I couldn't really give it a bid, but it probably wouldn't have even made a difference. My best attempt at a forehand, but we're still able to pitch up and give myself a chance to save par. Another 15-footer, and this time I had bushes in my way, so I was a little bit more worried. Came out pretty wobbly, but we saved the par. Now we move on to this gauntlet of a hole. It's a par 4. None of us really know where the basket was at. It's kind of an alternate pin, but
wow, we're just getting bodied on this hole.
Yeah, none of us really got out clean. The basket's still somewhere out there. I don't really know. I tried to go straight, and I want my mistake to go right because I know that'll open up the basket, but it's still not really good. Now we can finally see the basket. I'm still probably 250 feet out with no line whatsoever. The gap is more left of that, but pitch up, take my bogey, and move on to this. Another horrible forehand straight to the ground. Not really sure what's going on with my forehands, but I got another forehand attempt. I've got a lot of ground to make up, so I'm just trying to pump this as far out there as I can. Missed my gap a little bit, and then took a little tree kick, but pushed me forward, thankfully, so I probably gained about 320, 350 feet, leaving me a nice approach to get inside the circle for a chance at saving par.
Thank you.
Almost kissed out, but stayed in the basket. Hole 9, throwing my Halo Destroyer, just hitting this gap hard and flat, and then relying on the skip fade at the end. Not a bad shot, leaves me about just inside circle 1, maybe 30 feet. And then a beautiful putt. Straight past the basket, took a little roll, so now I have about another 30-footer looking back down that hill. Not the putt you want for par, but just squeaked it in. It hit off the pole and almost went out of the basket.
That's scary.
All right, so back 9, snack time, hole 10, island hole. We're going to the basket on the left, and I grip lock this thing as far right as possible. I'm not happy about it. I was worried about being short. I wanted to miss long, but I did not want to grip lock right.
So dumb.
Pretty missed opportunity there. Now we have hole 11. There's a bunch of lanes to take. The basket's way left in the woods. You can go straight down the gap, skip flare, a forehand out left. I'm choosing to go big hyzer around this tree with the Halo Destroyer just working it left. crashing into the woods. Gives me about a 20, 25 footer. And now we're back on the board, 1 down. I'm happy to finally see a decent putt go in. Hole 12, this one you just air it out. You just don't want to turn it over to the right. I didn't trust my disc. I was throwing the prototype DD3, trying to do a nice turn, but it just bails out left. To 150 footer, I got a hill stop in the background, so I wanted to make sure to give it a bid.
That was close.
So hole 13 is just a stock hyzer shot. I'm throwing my Fission Envy. The basket's actually blind off the tee. You can't see, and about 15 feet left is just the thickest woods, and that's exactly where I went. I was not even 10 feet inside the woods and just had nothing. I had to pitch up, take my par. So these next few holes we're playing alongside a creek. So the basket is 10 feet away from OB. I mean, the creek is right, I mean, it's inside the bullseye. I have a 25 footer, able to capitalize on that. Getting the lone birdie, moving on to hole 15. It's pretty much the same hole, a little bit farther and a couple more trees in the way.
Oh, Nate.
I shanked my shot left. I was trying to play safe, but that was entirely too safe. We've got a far circle 2. I'm not messing with it at all. I've got a 2-stroke lead at this point, so no sense in trying to run a death putt. Hole 16, a little bit farther, big forehand. You can't see the basket, so I want to play this out left. There was a left to right wind, but I ended up just throwing it too low. I'm not really sure what was going on with my forehands.
Gosh, dude.
Same situation as far as the basket and OB. That creek is 15 feet to the right, and it even kind of slopes that way. So trying to give it a safe bid, take the par. Hole 17, just a bomb out over the pond. I could have gone mid-range, but I just did not want to bring that pond into play whatsoever. So I went with my FX2, just pinning out there, getting a look.
Oh.
Another beautiful air ball, leaving me another death putt, but able to capitalize on that, take the par, moving on to the final hole.
What are you doing, dude?
Ending it on a shank job. Just pulled it right. I was trying to really get it down there. Pulled it right, kicked off the tree.
I have no business being over
I'm like way off the fairway. I think I'm in 17 long, but pitching up with my A2, getting inside the circle, taking the par.
Thank you.
Not really the best of performances, but hey, we got the dub.